Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now, those of you watching from Martin County should know that there are still some streets blocked off from a standoff involving police that happened last night. Again, there are still some closures as the SBI investigates the incident. Martin County Sheriff Drew Robinson confirmed that the SBI is investigating what happened in Hamilton, but wouldn't provide any details. A tactical sheriff's office vehicle remains parked in front of the Hamilton Town Hall, and several streets are closed off to traffic. The sheriff said to contact the district attorney's office, but when we called, the person who answered said the DA, Tom Anglin, was in court and that they could not confirm if there was a standoff or not. Now, a neighbor told WITN that it started around 9 p.m. last night when she saw deputies approach a man and ask him to lay down his weapons. She said around 1 a.m. she heard a loud bang that sounded like a small explosion. Stay tuned to WITN and WITN.com for more on this developing story. Now, we also want to highlight a fatal crash that happened back at the end of May that involved a USPS mail carrier. Now, police say on May 19th at around 2 p.m., officers were called to the 2000 block of Portsmouth Street for a crash involving a pedestrian. Officers say 53-year-old Amy Hudler was backing out northward in a 2021 Mercedes-Benz mail carrier van that was owned by the USPS when she struck 84-year-old James Hoffler. Police say Hoffler was crossing the road to check his mailbox when he was hit by the car. Hudler immediately called for emergency services and stayed on the scene of the crash, fully cooperating with law enforcement. Hoffler was seriously injured and taken to the Outer Banks Health Hospital for treatment. He was later taken to a higher-level medical facility, but he died on May 22nd. Hudler has been charged with misdemeanor death by motor vehicle. And now we want to focus on your weather forecast. Air temperatures today a little bit warmer than yesterday. It's like every single day so far this week we've seen a slight temperature bump. Well, that changes coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a first alert weather day as it is going to be wet all day long. And there is a chance we could see some high rip current threats as well. Now, of course, with the rain showers coming in, I'm not imagining many will be out on the beach testing those rip currents, but hopefully you don't test those rip currents. Just take my word for it. Not a great day to get to the beach or be at the beach coming up for tomorrow. Today, yeah, look pretty good, but tomorrow, not so much. Here's a look at your air temperatures. Most of us right now between the mid to upper 70s. We do have Beaufort right now coming in at 80 degrees. There are several areas that are right on the cusp of 80. We've got 79 in Greenville, Swan Quarter, Stumpy Point, Hatteras, and Kinston. Currently 78 degrees through Rocky Mount, Williamston, Edenton, Elizabeth City, and New Bern. It will be a warmer day today than it was yesterday, and a lot of that has to do again with the sunshine that we've got currently, but cloud cover is slowly starting to roll over the east. But it's also being accompanied by a southeasterly breeze that right now is blowing in at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those winds will stay consistent as we make our way through the afternoon, with air temperatures again reaching into the mid 80s later on today. The cloud cover, though, will only get thicker as we progress towards the evening hours, eventually seeing some raindrops come down. This is going to be a low pressure system, again, moving northward from the Atlantic coast of Florida, across the coast of Georgia, across the coast of South Carolina, and well, tomorrow morning it will be here in eastern North Carolina. That low is pretty much going to take your Thursday, keep it cloudy, keep it wet, and erase all the heat gains we have seen. We'll be seeing air temperatures likely in the mid to upper 70s for tomorrow due to the presence of consistent rain showers. It is just a wet day tomorrow. Now, we're not looking at any sort of severe weather potential for tomorrow. We may hear a rumble of thunder or two, but this isn't really the setup that would lead us towards a severe thunderstorm warning or anything like that. This is, again, just heavy rain showers coming down and potentially near the coast, particularly Onslow County, could end up seeing the potential for some standing water in some areas. Again, isolated flooding will be a possibility, but certainly not a widespread threat. This was a system that had been tracked by the National Hurricane Center. Well, technically is still being tracked by the National Hurricane Center, but not really giving it any sort of a chance for tropical development here over the next 48 hours or the next 7 days. So we are still waiting again. Well, hopefully we keep waiting on that first named storm of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. But rain showers again really start to roll in, I'd say around midnight tonight into the early hours of tomorrow morning. By the time we wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, most, if not all of eastern North Carolina is going to be covered up by relatively light rain showers. Now, there will be again some pockets of heavier downpours and maybe a stray rumble of thunder or two, but most of us through the day are going to be looking at light to moderate showers off and on from start to finish. And by finish, we're talking this could actually extend into parts of your Friday morning. Here's Thursday, tomorrow at 10:45 p.m. and we still have not only rain showers, but take a look at what we've got brewing across southern Sampson and southern Duplin counties. Another little thunderstorm cluster there that, again, I'm not going to say it's going to lead to any sort of severe weather, but those thunderstorm clusters will promote heavier rainfall rates, and that leads to a better chance of some isolated flooding. So that will again be a concern. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast, though. Rain chances really start to come down as we head from Thursday into Friday, going from a 90% chance of rain to a 30% chance of rain. A little bit of sunshine possible as we head through middle of the day on Friday. And then Saturday, most of the day on Saturday is actually going to be very sunny. Highs getting into the low 90s. But later Saturday evening into Saturday night, a cold front will roll through, bringing back thunderstorms, showers, and some strong gusty winds as well. Hopefully it'll make a clean pass, but right now it does look like we could certainly see some lingering effects from that frontal boundary on Saturday night. Stick with us for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and potentially even Wednesday of next week. Air temperatures will come down a touch, but again, that cold front isn't going to be quite as strong as what I'm sure many of you would want, because humidity will remain high over the tail end of the weekend and into the start of next week. Well, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday.